While Ireland burns, they're telling you that you're racist.
Yesterday, 2 teenage boys were arrested and charged with attempted rape in Ballymena, Northern Ireland.
While that's going on, anyone who talks about illegal immigration being a danger to the UK will now be considered a terrorist.
The UK anti-terrorism programme labels cultural concerns about mass migration as extreme, not just right-wing now, extreme right-wing. The organisations that are looking after terrorism, you know, extreme right-wing terrorism, there you've got, describes those involved violence to further their ideology.
Not the 90% in the terror watch list. No, that's done and over with. If you are worried about the direction that the UK is treading through, if you think illegal immigration is one of the biggest dangers to the English society right now, you are considered a terrorist and should be reported to prevent. I find this astonishing because in the polls right now, 80% of the UK's population, if I'm not wrong, say that their biggest concern is illegal immigration. I think that the political elites are so disconnected from the everyday worries of the common person that it's astonishing to see how disconnected they are. When the police from Northern Ireland made the press release talking about the incident, we see the same move over and over and over.
Last night saw significant sustained disorder in Ballymena. This violence was clearly racially motivated and targeted at our minority ethnic community and the police. It was racist thuggery, pure and simply, and any attempt to justify or explain it as something else is misplaced.
You're racist if you're worried about this. Whoever's protesting about this is racist. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think that people should go out there and fight with the police, burn houses. Stop that. That shouldn't happen. But for the police to come out over and over again and blame it on the people who are angry with the direction of the country, I find it amazing.
It was racist thuggery, pure and simply, and any attempt to justify or explain it as something else is misplaced.
There's such a big disconnect right now between the common person, the political elites, the ruling class, the police, the institutions, that is just astonishing to see. I was watching GB News this morning and they were saying, I don't know who this guy was. I'll put the clip here, where he was saying that we need to teach them how we live and how we treat our women here in the Western society.
They want to retain their own ideas. They want to retain their own views about, say, the treatment of women. And this is a Western Christian country. And they've got to understand that when they come to this country, they've got to obey the law.
Here's an idea for you. How about not letting in the country people who believe women should be ruled over? How about that? Is that so hard to do? If you keep letting in people from countries where women are subdued, where women are, again, I've said it in the video last week, where men do not think women are worth the rubber on their shoes. If you keep letting in millions upon millions of men from countries where women are not worth more than cattle, then what do you think the result's going to be?
Einen Kuss bitte. Bitte.
Don't touch me.
No, sorry.
Nein.
Überall voll mit Läden, bei denen draußen Männer sitzen, die dich beobachten, wenn du vorbeiläufst. Du fühlst dich 0% sicher. Und wenn ich als Frau hier alleine rausgehe, werde ich immer mindestens einmal ekelhaft angemacht, wenn ich draußen bin. Ich bekomme so einen Hals.
I was having a conversation yesterday actually with a friend of mine, and he was saying to me like, good people shouldn't pay for the crimes that the bad ones commit. And I was agreeing with him. I was saying, sure, I agree that good people shouldn't pay for the crimes of bad people. We shouldn't attribute collective punishment for the crimes that some people do. The problem is, where do you draw the line?
Einen Kuss bitte.
Don't touch me.
No, sorry.
Nein. Du fühlst dich 0% sicher.
Because this is unvetted immigration and we don't know what these people will do. And there will come a point, there has to come a point where we draw a line and we say, sorry, no more immigration from these countries. Donald Trump has just done it in the United States. Eritrea, Iraq, Somalia, I don't remember all the countries, but there's a few countries after the terrorist attack.
Countries including Yemen, Somalia, Haiti, Libya, and numerous others.
And just Donald Trump said, sorry, no more immigration from those countries. Why can't we do that? Why can't we say, what are the countries where women are treated like cattle? Sorry, no more immigrations from those countries. And to the people that are here, we let them know that under no circumstances they are able to treat our women the way they treat women in their countries. And I dare to go further. You are not able to treat even your women here in our country the way you treat your women in your country. And if you do that, the full force of the law will come down upon you. Why can't we do that? Why can't we say no more immigrations from these countries? If you do this, you will get kicked out of the country and severely punished. I do not understand why. 80% again of the population think illegal immigration is the biggest concern right now in the UK. Make it make sense to me. How is it that if you care about the direction of your country, you're labeled a terrorist? It makes no sense. What are they going to do? Take Keir Starmer to jail? Take Keir Starmer to prevent? He just did a speech 1 month ago, less than 1 month ago, saying that Britain is becoming an island of strangers. Well, is he going to be reported to prevent? Is the 80% of people who believe that immigration is the deepest problem in the country right now going to be reported to prevent? All the cast from GB News, Paul Joseph Watson, 2CTV, and a million others. What, you're just going to send everybody to prevent? You're just going to send everybody to jail? This makes no sense. Who are they beholden to? What are the powers that the elite has to answer to for this to be happening and just keep happening and keep happening? It makes no sense. Like, why is this happening? What is the outcome of this? If the outcome of all that they're doing is pave the way for tyranny to be implemented, and by the way, tyranny from a religion that has nothing to do with ours, in our society, then yes, perfect. You're paving the way exactly like it should be done. What is your end goal about all this? Making men weak, emasculate men, making them think that their strength, their drive, their passion is toxic, while at the same time bringing in millions and millions of men from other cultures where masculinity is celebrated and encouraged. It makes no sense. Make it make sense to me, please. Then they call you racist, they're going to send you to jail, they're going to send you to prevent for thinking this. It's obvious. What, they're going to send Ricky Gervais also to jail?
Sometimes I go down to Dover for the day, right, and I look out, right, and look for a boat, and I see a dinghy with about 60 of them, and I go over here, like, right, and I pull them into shore, and I go, women and children first. They go, there are no women and children. Just you lads, is it? Just, come on, lads. Come on, lads.
Is Konstantin Kisin a terrorist also?
The foreign-born population of this country is quadrupled as a percentage in just 75 years. White British people are already a minority in Britain's 3 biggest cities. London, 36.8%, Birmingham, 42.9%, and Manchester, 48.7%, as well as in Leicester, 33.2%, Luton, 31.8%, and Slough, 34.5%. By the next census, Bradford, Coventry, Wolverhampton, and Nottingham will join them.
Is David Betts also a terrorist?
There are parts of British cities where there is negotiated policing. The police either don't go there, or they go there. When they go there, they go with the they prepare by consulting with local leaders and the like. They're clearly already in a phase of conducting semi-regular regular attacks, and clearly there is a large enough contingent of possible attackers to sustain a pretty gigantic internal security network covering, as I said, somewhere between 40 or 50,000 people at any given time.
I hoped that he was wrong, but he's just turning out to be 100% correct. The sequence of events that are unfolding right before our own eyes are just proving Professor David Betts, unfortunately, 100% correct in his prediction. Why don't they listen to him? I just don't understand. I don't understand. They can't keep washing their hands and saying that everyone's a far-right extremist, Nazi, crazy, everybody's a terrorist if they want the cohesion of their society to stay. It can't go back to the way it was, but to somewhat normalize it and stabilize it. They can't keep doing this, and I think they're realizing that they can't get away with it. They're just kicking the can down the road as much as they can, but I think they're figuring out that they can't do it. And the obvious example is the Island of Strangers speech from Keir Starmer. They know they have to change the direction of the discourse. They're doing it slowly, again, because they're seeing that it will just get completely out of hand if they don't do it. If they don't want to prove Professor David Betts 100% correct, they need to change course quickly. They need to radically change the laws, stop immigration completely, kick everyone out who's an illegal, take passports away from people if they're not integrated. If you've been 30 years in the UK and you do not speak a word of English, your passport gets taken away. On your merry way, go back to your country. If you want to impose your Islamic dream society here, they should kick you out. It's just basic common sense. We cannot keep letting in people who want to impose their Islamic dream in our country. If you want to live the Islamic dream, then go to Iran, go to Iraq, go to wherever the hell the Islamic dream is and just live there. If you came here, you supposedly came because you wanted a better life, because you're fleeing from a country that was in ashes, in ruins. It makes no goddamn sense that you want to replicate what made your country in ruins, what makes your country not function properly, and you supposedly fled that to come here for a better life, and yet all you want to do is impose the same way of life, the same religion that just brought your country to ruin, and yet you want to do that here. Governments need to change radically. And it's Northern Ireland today, it can be Birmingham tomorrow, London the day after tomorrow, and in no time flat, the whole goddamn country. So please, politicians, get things under control and quickly, because this is not sustainable. Thank you very much for watching, and like always, see you in the next one.